Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lulu Tech Designs, and I'm your boy, Lulu Mark. We're back with some Revit ideas, and today I want to show you some of the shortcuts in Revit. This is important because it is our daily life when you are designing using the software called Revit. And of course, I'm going to use Revit 2026, but most of the shortcuts are the same. And of course, in a separate video, I'll also show you how you can customize these shortcuts according to your desire or preference. So without wasting a lot of time, please, if you have never subscribed to Lulu Tech Designs, you are missing a lot. You may need to do so as we dive into this simple assignment. So let's go to Revit. As you can see, I am using Revit 2026, which is the latest version. And of course, most of the interface is the same. I'll not waste a lot of time in showing you how to start a new project. I'll just go straight forward because we have videos that show how to start a new project in Revit. You can check in the playlist along one of these playlists. Many of the videos that we have created here always have that bit where we show you how to start a new project. So I'll just click on new, then I'll go to browse, and I'll click on preview. I'll select English, I'll select metric default, and I'll open a new project. So as we wait for Revit to open, let's wait for it to open. My PC is a little bit slow, that's why it is taking some bit of time, but of course we shall always achieve the same. Even if you have a slower version of computer, if you have a lower version of Revit, you will still achieve the same thing that we are trying to achieve here. So the interface has opened here. So I'm going to show you the major shortcuts that you need, because sometimes you may fail to locate some of these elements, and the shortcuts can save you a lot of time. So without wasting time, I'm going to start with the basic commands. You can call them commands or shortcuts. And of course, I want to start with, move. If you want to move anything, it has to be MV. MV basically gives you an option to move. Let me just create something here very fast so that you'll be able to see how it works. Let me just create some house here like that. So now, if you click MV, it will give you the option to start moving. So when I click on this, I should be able to move it. First of all, even before you start moving it, you can select. After selecting, you do MV, then it will give you these lines, or it will just draw some dots around the element you want to move. You click on it, then you can move. It will move it like that. So that is the first command, and it's among the basic ones. So the second is to copy. You first select the element or the components, and then you just CO, that is to copy. CO is to copy. You can click on it, you drag a copy, just like that. It will drag a copy. And then we have rotate. You can select, then you RO. The shortcut is RO, or the command is RO. Then it will give you that line. You click, then you can start rotating it. Let me just rotate it like that. And this is how you use that rotate command. Then the next is pick axis, which is MM. For example, when I selected this, when I go to MM, Then you can just pick an axis. Let's say now the axis here, let's say this. When you click, you see how it will rotate or it will flip a copy of this using this axis as a reference. When you click on the axis, it will use the axis as a reference to copy or move something. Then we have draw axis. Draw axis. For draw axis, it is a DM. So for it, you have to draw the axis. You can just draw a line like this. Then it will move a copy towards that direction where you want it to go. And then we have OF, that is to offset. So when I click here, I put OF, OF. Let me just select it again, this OF. And then I can give it an offset from here. So let's say we're offsetting at 500 millimeters. When you click on it, you see it will just create another offset of the exact thing you are offsetting. Then we have AL. AL is align. Now you can align. Let's say I can click this to align with this, just like that. They will align. That is the AL command. Then we have a trim slash extend single element. Trim slash extend single element. For example, the shortcut is TR. I can say I want this and this to move together or to link them. So I'll trim some part and bring it here. You see, it will connect this part just like that. I can decide to say I want this and this to connect, and it trims off that part. I can say I want only this and that to connect, then it trims up the excess parts. So that is the trim and command. Then we also have another version of trim. It is called trim extend multiple elements. The shortcut is TT. When you press TT, let's say TT, and let me see why it is refusing TT. I guess I might have changed that, but here it is. You can select a single element or you can select multiple elements. So this one here basically extends. Let's say I want to extend this thing to this surface, just like that. It will extend this to this surface. That is another form of trim to extend. Then we have split, which is SL. When you click on SL, it gives you this kind of razor where you can split something. It splits that into two. You can see these are different things now. And then we have DE, that is delete. So when I DE, I can easily select that and delete, just like that. This DE, it will delete it. You select, you say DE, it will delete it. You select DE, it deletes. And then we have pin. Pin is basically PN. Now you see here, when I want to pin something, it will show you that. Now, if you try to move this, it cannot move. So you select the element, you realize this can move. But when I select it, I PN, it will pin it. I can no longer move it. So if you want to unpin this, of course, you use UP. So here I can UP, it will unpin it. Now I can move it. UP is to unpin, PN is to pin. So here I'll just do UP, then it will unpin it. I can now move it freely. Then we have undo. Of course, undo is just Control Z. If I Control Z, it will pin back this, and that is how you can do it. Basically, and undo is for almost every software. When you Control Z, it will always reverse the command, or it takes the command back to where it has been. So we have redo. Redo is basically Control Y. Control Y takes you to the point where you were running away. For example, if you have created something, you try to undo it, but when you have undone it, you feel you need to go back to where you came from, you can redo it. So you Control Y. Yeah, those are the basic commands that you need in your everyday life in Revit. Then maybe I can show you a few of modeling commands. We have basic commands, we have modeling commands. Now, modeling commands include wall. The first is wall. You can just WA, that is a wall tool. It will give you the option to start drawing a wall. WA, that is wall. Then we have door. Door is DR. When I click on DR, it should be able to give me a door. You see here, we have a door here. Now I can simply place a door. That is the shortcut. It is DR. We have window, which is WN. You see, it gives you a window. You can place a window just like that. Then another command is the component. It's called a CM. CM is basically component. For example, you see this one has picked a table that you can place inside your house. So it has the function for all components. Then we have a floor. It is FL. When you select FL, you should be able to come to the floor where you can be able to create a floor. But of course, when you customize these shortcuts, you can change them a little bit. That's why some of mine may not work, because I've tried to customize some of them according to my preference. But this is the generic ones. This is how Revit comes up with it. So you'll find it the way it is. And then we have roof command. Before roof, we have ceiling CL. You see here to be able to place a ceiling. And of course, ceiling does not appear on the ground floor. And then we have roof. Roof is RF, basically RF, precast dependent. So warning. Okay, let's wait for this. I'm going to abort that. So roof command is RF. Then we have column. Column is CL. That one will place for you a column wherever you want it to be. Some of these things, I think we can see them in the 3D. It has placed a column here, you can see. Then somewhere I'm sure we had a ceiling. So nevertheless, then we have the stairs. Now those ones are for structures. We have the stair. The shortcut is SR. And then we have railings. Railings. The shortcut is RA. And then we have ramp. Ramp. The shortcut is RP. Just like that, you can draw a ramp. Things like that. So we have openings. The shortcut is OP. That one is the wall openings. Then we have curtain system. The shortcut is CS. And then we have the model line. The shortcut is ML to give you the model line. And then we have the model text. the shortcut is MT. It will give you module text. We have room. The shortcut is RM. That is for rooms. It will place for you rooms, just like that. Then we have space. The shortcut is SP. So yeah, basically that is some of the shortcuts that I wanted to show you. But of course, there are so many other shortcuts. We have annotation, we have views and the navigation shortcuts, we have modify tab tools, then we have system commands, we have view seats printing commands, and a lot more. Most times these ones you use them when you have a scenario where you really need to use them, and if you have not reached that part where you need to use them, it becomes less relevant. So basically that is what I wanted to show you today. Thank you so much for being with us. Make sure you subscribe to Lulua Tech Designs, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Thank you.